clutch very bad.
Very, very bad.
162,000 mile Golf. We fixed the engine. Now it's time to fix the clutch.
Right, so Dave's abandoned me, as usual. I think he realised it's going to get hard, leaves it to me. So, I'm going to start the clutch on this. Going to do up top at first, warm up, get the old back limber. Be battery out, airbox out, gearbox cables out, get the top bolts around, drive shafts out. Let's get on. The top tip is as well before you take the battery out. Make sure at least the window's down. So we've had all sorts of weird things with cars, lock or whichever. You can never get back in. Give you a slightly better view in here now. So you've got the gearbox mount, which also we'll have to remove to get the gearbox down. 2 gear cables here, which will probably just take the plastic bracket and pull the whole thing back. Now, obviously this isn't always gospel, but one good thing you tend to find about the Germans, just took out the battery support tray, all the fixings are the same. Just taking out gear shifter bracket, all the fixings are the same. Like with the Clio we did the other week, that would have had 3 different types of fixings, a nut, a bolt, a Torx 30 and a 10. Just make your life easy. Lift it right up out the way and just put a zip tie through it. Otherwise what you tend to find is when you're struggling trying to get the gearbox in and out by yourself, it'll fall down, it'll hit you in the face. And I don't see many people actually using the duck's foot or trimmer's fork or whatever you want to call it. They are absolutely brilliant. Does everything. A little bit of pry bar, electrical connectors, a little rubber grommet just had on the starter motor. Get one, keep it in your pocket. So I appreciate you can't see, but I'll give you a little look. Just down there is the starter motor. So we took off the trigger wire, the feed wire, main earth there. Big stud bolt there, and there'll be one hiding underneath somewhere. It'll be very hard to get to. Then you've got the rest of the bell housing bolts. One there, one just behind there, one there, probably about 10 or 12 all the way around. Right, so we're going to take out the clutch supply line now. These are normally held in with a little horseshoe clip. And 9 times out of 10, right next to them, you have a bleeder point. If you take the bleed nipple off, keep that to hand, get a little pick, take the horseshoe clip out. Then if you lift it up, get a little horseshoe, a lot of the time, like that. They fit very nicely. Stop ever getting absolutely covered in brake fluid, especially you when you go underneath the car. Hook that over our zip tied section so everything is up out the way. Nothing's going to fall and hit us and trap us when trying to put the gearbox back in. A little clip, what we took out a second ago, it loves to go missing. Pop it back in because they're a tapered fit, so it will go back in with the clip on. Have a look how grim this is under here. It's when you know you're going to get dirty. So as much as we try and keep this simple, not use power tools, because not everyone has angled ratchets and stuff, battery ratchets and impact guns. I'm not taking all them out by hand. Flywheel cover plate will have to come off. Yeah, so all these connections that come off for like first, neutral, reverse sensors. Bell housing bolt, torque restrictor, low tie rod. Drive shafts, hopefully we don't have to think about the hub end. So that's all the centre brackets. What they hold the trigger wire for the starter motor, the reverse sensor, and power leads, everything going up to the fuse box. They're all pulled well out of the way now. The starter motor out, work on the bell housing bolts, lower torque restrictor and drive shafts. But it's all about making it as easy as you can. I mean, you could just leave something like that, but it'll just come back and haunt you. Well, so there's 16mm. It's me praising the Germans. I just realised I've got no idea how that comes out. Ah, no. It's 2 separate parts. That one goes in there, and that'll do us. And as usual, if you can, just put the bolts back in the same holes. As I haven't mentioned on this one, I'm not going to be able to finish this car off. So Dave's going to have to do it. So we need to make it as obvious as possible, obviously, because he would have took it apart. So he'll be having a right laugh trying to put it back together. It's proper thick and crud, this car. I'll take it back. I said about the Germans before. We've got different size bolts. World's longest bolt. It's all the bottom of the starter motor in. 16 again. Ugh. There's not a lot holding this gearbox in now. There'll be 2 or 3 bolts on the back, actual gearbox mount, and the drive shafts. Like we said, you don't really need any special tools. We've basically used a Halford's tool set. The only thing you do need if you're going to work on Volkswagens is something called a triple square socket or an XZN. So it looks a bit like a Torx, but don't use the Torx. I've seen loads of people trying to hammer them in and use them, and it just ends up stripping them in a world of hurt. You can go get a Sealy bag and whatever. If you're going to work on a Volkswagen, probably the only thing you need to buy that's a little bit specialist are these. So one good thing about the Volkswagen design, because they have these bolt-in shafts rather than pushing shafts or clip-in shafts. The cup stays in the gearbox, so the gearbox oil doesn't normally go everywhere. I won't say it definitely doesn't, but normally it does. So one thing I forgot about front wheel drive Volkswagens, right hand side drive shaft cup, you can get right in the way because it sits up there. When you try and take the gearbox off, certainly by itself, that's all the engine casting. It's only a 6mm Allen key, so it's just easy, just take it out, run the risk of getting some smelly gearbox oil on you. The shaft is zip tied off out the way, don't know why you can see that. It's zip tied off out the way. All the bolts are out now, so the only thing left is that 18mm bolt up there, that big one. So I'll get all this wedged, so we don't have an engine brace to hold from the top. I'll get this wedged on a jack. You'll see me in a minute doing the stupid thing of taking a gearbox out by itself. So I'm just going to take these bolts out, and then there's one bolt left underneath. So as I said, I'm going to go under there now and essentially bench press this gearbox out. I'm not a Hulk, I'm not a strong man, I'm an idiot. Provided I've got all the bolts that is. Ideally I want to take this gearbox down with my chest and roll it onto the left. It's clearly in the way. So onto the chest, and then onto its back end. There's many better ways of doing that than the way I've just done it. So you can see this for the same way that I've taken that cup out. So if I tilted it that way, all the gearbox oil would have fell out. It's all looking pretty worn out, and the oil and grease is absolutely everywhere. And there is our clutch. So this is a 8mm 12 point, and that isn't. They're going to be 9mm. So of course they are. The 9mm 12 point. That's where it's all going to fall to pieces. Ooh, or maybe it's not, because I want a bit more spring tension. Oh yeah. So, which one did I just see then? It's literally down to the rivets, which yeah, people say a lot. That has most definitely had its money's worth. It's an LUK, can't see anything about VW or VAG, so it's not its first clutch. And then if we look at the other half, you can see it's hot spotted, it's worn, it's grooved, it's seen everything there. So they're all for the bin. Then it's clean up this face, clean up that face best scanner. Really, that could do with I mean, it's not lipped too much, but it's a little bit of hazing. Could probably do with machining, but at this mileage, don't think it's worth it. Rinse all the crap off. Morning. So again, like a right angled diagram would be better for this, but yeah, so it's certainly not brand new. I think of this mileage and cost, that's the best you're going to get. There you go.
Next time, the clutch goes in, the box goes in, and we find out if we've saved this high mileage hero.